Amici di Sportface, nuova intervista qui sul nostro canale. Oggi qui con noi c'è Timofey Skatov, attuale numero 230 ATP ed ex numero 1 juniores. Hello Timothy. Timofey.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
Everything okay? Thank you for inviting me for this interview.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. We actually had an interview a few months ago in Perugia, if you
Yeah,
remember.
exactly. Yeah, sure. I think even I will come back to play this tournament again this year. Hope so. I mean, it was really nice there.
Let's hope. And recently you have been in Italy a few days ago because you played in Forlì. Now you're back to Valencia.
Yeah, I played in Forlì. I lost my qualifying match on Sunday. I mean, place was okay, but like it's indoor. It's not usually my type where I normally play in tournaments, so couldn't do really well. But anyway, it's okay. It's part of tennis.
So you're actually praying for the clay to come.
Yeah, I'm already like the last 2 days I was practicing on clay and waiting for the tournaments. Like next one would be 28th of February in Canarias Challenger.
Yeah. So then we will talk about
and then actually I will go to play tournaments in Italy, but I don't remember the name of the place. It's a long
Roseto
one.
degli Abruzzi.
Exactly. Yes.
On clay, yeah, it's a new one. They make 2 tournaments. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but where is it?
It's in Abruzzo. I don't know, center of Italy.
Okay.
On the east coast.
Okay. So probably could be still
so
cold, no?
Depends. If you are lucky, not that cold. Not that cold if you are lucky. Because it would be already like April.
Yeah, it's like it's March, 7th of March.
Oh, it's in March? Good luck.
Yes.
We will see.
Thank you.
No, jokes aside, because you already introduced that topic, I mean, how you did with the passage to pro tennis and the surface? Because I remember when you was junior, actually, okay, you made, I remember the semi-final in Bonfiglio here in Milan, but then you was more hardcore player on junior tour. While I have the impression that here, like pro on Challenger and ITF so far, you played better on clay courts.
I mean, the thing is that before when I was junior, I was practicing and living in Russia, and I used to practice more on hard court and indoor court. So, I mean, it was easier for me. And like since I started to practice in Valencia here in Spain, we used to like first year I was playing only on clay, like all year on clay, and so like this I get used to it, and so I get more comfortable. And probably and this is the thing, it's just like where you spend more time, and that's all.
Yeah. Okay. So let's
maybe I can say that maybe now I prefer more clay courts for me.
Yeah. So let's make this step because actually you were playing with Andrei Hurgapov, right? Before?
Yeah, exactly. My first coach.
Yeah, and basically you reach with him the number 1 position in junior ranking, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so I would like to ask you, how was this change? I mean, I think it was important because you are playing with José Artur in Valencia, you are playing in academy, so I think you have also much more players to train with during the year. So even if this week, for example, now you lost in Forlì on Sunday, then you came back and you have a lot of players to train with.
I mean, yeah, like I'm practicing in living in Spain for sure. For tennis, it's much easier because, like as you say, like you lose tournaments, and then next day you can come back and continue practicing. And always in academy there is some people. I mean, not even academy in Valencia. It's like region where you can find many top players, like the top 100, Roberto Bautista Agut, Pablo Andújar, Pedro Martinez, and some guys top 150, and many more. So here's never a problem to practice. So this is really nice place. And like before in Russia, with my first coach, yeah, we used to do like playing 2 tournaments and come back to Russia, practice in 2 weeks, and again 3 tournaments, and it was a bit more stressful.
Yeah, you're not the first one that is telling me so.
This is true.
And I was thinking, I mean, okay, José Artur, for the one that don't know him, I mean, he was coach of Andreev, Ferrer, and much more that I forget at the moment for sure. Yeah. And I mean, how was the impact to play with him? And I would ask you also because I remember that you already told me that after being #1 junior, you have something like a process of believing in yourself more. You was lacking a bit of confidence, even if you was #1 juniores. So I want to know how he helped that also.
I mean, yeah, the problem was that I mean, doing it just myself, I put too much pressure on myself, and like it was really difficult to play because I was thinking like, oh my God, here coming people to see me, and I have to play like perfect. And as you know, in tennis, it's almost impossible to do it. I mean, only a few days per year you have perfect match. So when like I started working with Jose, first thing what he said me, it's like, forget that you're a junior, #1 in junior. This is now we're going to professional, and it doesn't matter. And like that, we start from like I said from beginning. He a bit changed a bit style of my game, not like I mean I cannot say that really difference, but anyway, going back few meters from baseline to trying to play every time rally as long as possible to build to be like a strong mind and like to be ready to play matches for 3 hours at least, because like if you go to play for Grand Slam, 3 hours it's at least.
Yeah,
So
sometimes
this
also
is
in
what it is.
Challenger we saw.
Exactly, in challengers happens many things.
And you thought about this thing of the pressure of people coming to watch you. There was a particular match that you played with a lot of people there, and you knew they were there for you. Like, okay, they are here because they want to see Skatov.
I think it's like when I become #1, I went to tournaments to Australia. It was 2018, and like I played one grade 1 before Australia, and then Australia Open.
Yeah.
And I think there, yeah, was like few matches. I mean, anyway, on Grand Slam, there is not many people coming to see juniors in first rounds, so it was more or less okay. But anyway, I was thinking, well, with like some coaches from maybe from federation, from other countries,
Yeah.
and I mean, I'm not even sure that I didn't think about that, but my mind was talking to myself, come on, do something beautiful.
Yeah, you're right. Because if I think, I mean, in 2013 or 14, I remember I watched Rublev Fritz US Open Junior
Yeah,
live, and there was like 10 people, 10 person, yeah.
yeah,
And it was
exactly,
just like,
exactly,
it's crazy to think now about it.
exactly. Yeah,
Well, you told me another interesting thing about Valencia, that you played actually with Sara Errani.
yeah, exactly. She's practicing here already much more than me. I think around 10, no, I think 15 years she's here and still here practicing. I saw her yesterday on court. And she's still practicing with passion, and it's like she's young.
And coming back on this season, so you started actually with a great Australian Open because you managed to qualify to the main draw.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the thing is, when I see the list to Australia, first I was like 8 out from quali. So the thing is, I fly to Australia even not being in qualifying, and I mean, I was thinking that I have to get to main draw because like I calculate something like the wildcards and for sure some guys have to withdraw. But
Yeah.
anyway, I was coming there and probably not even playing the tournament. But anyway, I was thinking, okay, I go there, I practice a few days on these great facilities, playing with some good players, and we will see what happened. And in the end, I get in like almost maybe a few days before the tournament, and with no, I can say with no expectation, trying just to do my job, trying what I can do, and in the end, the result was really nice. I didn't expect that.
Yeah. And how was basically to manage I mean, all the travel? Because I mean, we saw a lot in Italy, a lot of players that traveled, then they were positive there before the travel, so it was quite complicated. I mean, I imagine you was pretty scared to get positive before, get positive there. The money, because of course, as you said, I was not sure to play Australian Open.
Yeah,
I went there, and I think I mean, I know it's a pretty
yeah.
expensive travel.
No, but the thing is that Australian Federation are doing really great job, especially like this year. And I think we did same last one. For example, I was doing preseason in Dubai, and like from there we had like charter flight. For example, it was like few flights from different cities, from Dubai, so some from South America.
Yeah, Los Angeles also, I think.
Yeah, from Los Angeles, and we had like charter only for tennis players. For example, for full plane, it was like maybe 50 players plus some coaches. So it was like really low possibility to take COVID. I mean, in the end, I think no, I think in our plane was nobody with COVID, but some other from Dubai was coming. I think pair, and yes, some people get COVID. And I can tell you, I think when I get there, it was really first time that I was thinking that I don't want to take COVID at all. Like was a bit scared because here is like it was kind of important tournament.
Yeah. Have you had COVID in the past or not?
No, actually not.
Because I mean the other problem. Okay, you caught the COVID, so you have to stop for a week or even more. But then I think it's also very hard to come back.
Yeah, I heard that some players saying that like they cannot play really well for a few weeks, like they feeling really tired, and also depends how you feel during the COVID. And I think it's also depends of if you have vaccine or not. Because I mean, I have some friends who didn't put it, and they ended like for 1 week, like really struggling. And some people who put vaccine were okay. So also depends, I think. And in Australia, I think they had like a rule: if you had COVID, you have to be only 5 or 7 days maximum in the room. So not that bad for some people.
Yeah. At this point, I will ask you, I mean, how was all the Djokovic issue? How you live that? Because of, I mean, okay, you are not like a Tsitsipas or so people that could think like, okay, Djokovic is not coming maybe for me. It's a bit better because I will have more chances to win the tournament. But as player, you were talking with other players about it. You were trying to create a bubble, not thinking about that. How was?
Yeah, but I have to tell you that for me, it was kind of important that if Djokovic withdraw, I mean, before the tournament, I would go one spot up. So I was kind of feeling, come on, man.
leave it, please.
Yeah, but in the end, of course, everybody were talking about that, like Djokovic every day, and I saw him there, like even practicing and in the gym few times. And yeah, but there is many different things, and I think for sure we don't know something that I only know Djokovic and the Federation of Australia. So in the end, I really don't know what to say and who is right in this situation. But I mean, everybody has a rule who you have to follow, and probably this is how it should be. I think it's like that.
And talking about overall experience, I mean, with other players who are currently your friends on tour, because you speak also Spanish. So I imagine that maybe now I mean, compared to the past, you could speak with all the Spanish guy, all the South American, you could have even more relations on tour.
I mean, yeah, I'm improving my Spanish and doing my best. Yeah, maybe now I start to like how to say get a bit relationship with some Spanish guys. I mean, also because of getting on a level to playing of quality of Grand Slam, it's like you meet other players much more frequency. So yeah, maybe especially with Sarah, I have to tell you that we spend a lot of time together playing some maybe some of type kind of cards. So, but as well as I think I said it before, I don't know if not. It's not really easy to get really friend on tour.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's like we have like sport when you're playing for yourself, and not so easy. And as well, like still like. Example, if you're spending 10 years in your top 100 and you know the people same, then you can get really friend. But when you're moving challengers, futures, ATP, so you don't see all the people every day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we have kind of like now, okay, because in Italy, as you know, we have a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
And so probably being all the group of challenger players, they see more often, even because in Italy we have a lot of them. And I will ask you also about, because I mean, you was born in Kazakhstan, then you grew up in Russia, but you're actually playing for Kazakhstan. And I mean, we know that Kazakhstan is doing a lot of important things for tennis. We had here Golubiev a few times ago to speak with us. And other players. So how is the movement now in Kazakhstan? Because they are investing a lot. They have a lot of tournaments because they have few challengers now also, and the ATP tournament, of course.
I mean, yeah, our federation, they're doing, I mean, it's really impressive what our president of federation doing. I mean, like all the, I mean, I think in the last few years, we build like, I mean, I don't really know the numbers, but it's a bit crazy amount of tennis facilities. I mean, to make indoor hard court around 10 courts in really small towns, even we build up one tennis center in my small town. Is I think they live in 50,000 people, something like that, and they have possibility to play tennis. I mean, this is crazy. When I was born, there was nothing. So and it's like I think in around 20 towns like that we have a tennis center, which is unbelievable. And also that the federation supporting all the players. I mean, because as you know, tennis is really expensive sport. I mean that you have to travel for many years, normally with coach and normally practicing. For example, like me in Spain, it costs a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, the federation is impressive.
Yeah, and I will ask you, I don't know how many of them you played, but because actually, okay, before was more than future thing to have a lot of tournament in the same place, I think, to Antalya. But now, after pandemic, even a lot of challenger, we have the same place for few weeks. So we have the example of Forlì, for example, last year, Biella, Antalya as well. And so it happened to you to play few weeks in the same place, and it's something that could help with the cost. I mean, I would be honest, I'm not a great fan of this because, in my opinion, I mean, you have to travel if you're a tennis player, but I understand that could help for the cost.
Yeah, actually, this is a really big difference between futures and challengers, for example, because like in Turkey they have like tournaments. I think I think from January until maybe May, and then since October, so like from October till May we have tournaments, and you can stay there if you want forever. I mean, I used to play like for 3 weeks in Turkey, and as well it's not really easy because if you stay more, you really getting tired of one place, and you have to move. But I mean, if you be talking about costs, yes, it's kind of easier, of course, because you don't have to travel by some flights, because sometimes flights, for example, to fly, I don't know, maybe from Valencia to Italy, it's one price, and then from Valencia to Kazakhstan, it's double or triple even could be. So yeah, it's anyway big difference. But I also prefer, to travel from one place to another. It's more interesting, at least.
Yeah. And let's talk about this. So, I mean, when you travel for the tournament, as you said, of course, it's not a hobby. It's a job to play tennis.
Yeah.
But when you have the chance, you like to go around and see the city. I mean, if you have to go out for dinner one evening, I don't know, you have free day and maybe you're out of a tournament.
I mean, yeah, sure. I don't think that you have to do it to not get crazy on tour, because like when you see only courts, hotel courts, you see like, this is tough. For example, like there is one really big advantage playing, for example, TP Tour, because normally all the tournaments they're making in big city. So like, for example, I was playing now like Australia Open, I play in Melbourne. So like when you practice, you have free day and you go out to see the city. I mean, this is really nice. It's a big advantage. Yeah, so if normally I have some options, we're trying to go get out with my coach.
And coming back to your tennis, I mean, what are the next steps that you think you have to do to improve your game currently?
I mean, there is nothing really any special. Like I just have to continue doing job what I've been doing since we started with Jose, since like I came to him, like hitting hard every ball. I don't know, maybe sometimes trying to be more aggressive to finish points, sometimes faster, but not really, going like, for example, for me to play like Yannick Sinner, for me it's tough. I mean, I don't have this serve like he can do like 200 per hour every time. But anyway, to try hit the ball like he's doing, this is what I'm trying to do.
Do you ever met Yannick?
I met him this tournament, what you said in Milan.
Montpellier. It was the same year.
Yes, I met him there. I think I don't know. Maybe he lost in first round or something like that. So
Yeah.
but I think for sure I remember his orange, like his hair. This for sure I remember. And after that, I
Yeah.
never met him. Ah, yeah,
Yeah, he was
and I
there
saw him,
actually. Yeah, he was there. I confirm.
and I saw him in Melbourne as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he actually didn't play many junior tournaments. But yeah, 2017, the year that you make semifinal, he was there. Yeah. And yeah, let's talk about this. I mean, okay, I think it's always wrong to make age comparison in tennis after 18 because everyone has his process. But do you feel a bit this pressure of looking guys like Rune that you played actually the last year, Alcaraz, Sinner growing so fast, and even the fact that we were saying before, like you have been #1 junior, so you made a lot, but actually you made nothing. I don't know how to explain if you understood what I mean.
I understand what you're talking about. Yeah, the thing is, if you are #1 in juniors, nobody knows this. Only players, only tennis players. So yeah, this thing. I mean, yeah, sometimes it even could be like. I don't know, maybe you meet guys in a tournament and you lose first round, and when you see they continue winning, and I mean, honestly, it hurts. For sure, it hurts. And but from other side, for sure, it helps you to grow because they think, okay, this guy's doing good job, so I have to as well. So, but for example, some guys, yeah, like Yannick or Alcaraz, I mean, they move really fast. This is really quick. Not all the people can do this, and as well it's okay. Sometimes it depends. There is some different things as well. Sometimes physics, it means a lot.
Yeah,
But
and talking, yep.
but the thing is, if you start to thinking all the time what they're doing, you forget about yourself, and then you stop to improve. So the most important thing, okay, to see what's going on, but anyway, don't really, how to say, take it on your heart.
And you're talking about this, the fitness slash gym slash athletic part, how you change it? Because actually the part when you became like 18, 19, 20 years old, you could really change the pace of your work.
I mean, especially now tennis is getting really, I would say, physical, that everybody has big service and everybody has a lot of physics. So for sure you have to be ready at least 3 hours or maybe 3 hours every day. So and you have to take care of your fitness. For example, normally me, I'm running a lot, even like for 40 minutes. It's like would be every day during preseason. Because then if you don't have this, maybe in 2 months you're feeling that, and then we will still 8 months for tournaments. So this is also really important.
Do you like running?
Before I came to Spain, I really hated it, but now I'm get too used to it, and so it's not that really problem for me. So even sometimes I'm enjoying the moment when I finished one. Then you're feeling like that's great. I did a good job, and I'm alive. It's good.
And yeah, let's talk about this. What you do when you are not playing? I mean, what kind of guys you are? I mean, I read on ATP website that you say that you're scrolling Instagram a lot. Is that true?
Yes. I mean, especially in the last month, yeah, I think I get even too much. I have to stop a bit from Instagram. Yeah, but sometimes I'm just doing it because, for example, I mean, I'm not really party guy, and sometimes I prefer maybe to stay in the room and maybe to read a book or watch some Netflix. But then even to read the book would be really difficult, and I just take my iPhone, Instagram, and a few hours I was there. But yeah.
And so coming now to the goals for this season, I mean, you're actually, I mean, I think this year you could try to aim for a place, for a spot in the next Gen ATP finals here in Milan. It's something you're thinking about?
Well, actually, this is interesting. I tell you that in the last even for the moment I didn't think anything about that, and because I mean, it's really far away, and you never know what can happen. So there is nothing really, any big goal that I put for me. I don't know, to be like top 100 or whatever, or win any challenger. Because normally, if you put like that, then as well you put some pressure on yourself. And the most important thing is just to continue working the things that you have to do, because normally this is what gives results. I mean, if you're just thinking, oh my God, I have to be top 100 tomorrow or in 1 month, then I mean, normally you cannot play. even everything gets worse. So this is not, and as well, normally I think this is mentality of many normally Spanish people are thinking like that. And like my coach always said me, we will never think about in any trophies, and if we come to the tournament, we try to do our job, and if we win one match, perfect, we can celebrate. If not, no problem, we continue working.
Yeah, it's like you said before, even about not thinking about other players, but thinking about yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's the same process. And but overall, in your career, which is one result that you will be satisfied with at the end of it?
I think it's just classic. If you win Grand Slam, you can, for example, you get in the books, and then you can say to your children, your father did a good job.
And I think we could end with this sentence.
Yeah.
It's perfect to end. So Timofey, thank you very much for staying with us.
Thank you. Yeah, sure. Grazie mille.